Hi everyone, June here from Red Daisy Crafts. So great to be back with you. I know it's been a few weeks and I'm excited to be here. We're going to unbox the July paper pumpkin called Hooray for Birthdays. You may have seen it already, but we're going to go through and put the projects together. And then I do have one alternate ready to go if we get through that pretty quick. But this kit has some really beautiful fun fold cards in it. Hey Cheryl, thanks for joining. And so let's go ahead and get that unboxed. I have not really watched any videos on this. I've been kind of busy. Got back from my trip last Monday and it's just been go, go, go. So I'm looking forward to kind of diving into this. I did, like I said, make one alternate so far. And here is the stamp set in this kit. It's really pretty. I love it. I'm going to go ahead and change my screen here. There we go. I think I love how big this Hooray is. I love the sentiments, hugs and wishes, birthday wishes. It's your day. The flowers are pretty. It's a really pretty kit. So looking forward to playing with that and getting to make some additional cards. So let's flip this over. We have some dimensionals and we have some glue dots in here. And so here we go. We got those. We're going to need that. We also have some tear and tape. So we got all the adhesive we need, which is what is so great about a paper pumpkin. If you're not familiar with that, you do get everything you need to create the items in the box with full instructions. Each of the boxes come with an instruction guide. Now it's like an IKEA instruction guide, so there's not a lot of words, but you do follow along and get some really great projects out of that. So let's see here. I do know that this whole kit is a fun fold. So there are multiple, you get 9 cards. There's going to be 3 of 3 designs. Hey, Wanda, great to have you join. They're all going to be like an easel card. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining. And so we have some of these gorgeous kind of grid paper here. The colors in this kit are basic black, darling duckling, hydrangea hue, melon mambo, old olive, and timid tiger. Now, what was confusing me is that these card bases are so light, okay? But this really is probably a second generation or maybe even a third generation of melon mambo is what you have here. So melon mambo is going to be a great coordinating color for this kit. And then we have a similar card base in the hydrangea hue, but it also has some kind of splotchy watercolor, kind of more intense than this one. Now, we do have 9 envelopes. The envelopes have a bit of a design on them in the front. So these aren't going to be really great for using as an additional DSP element this month, but I am going to bring in some other DSP just because I want to have some options. But the envelopes have like a little bit of a design on the front where you would put your address. So it does make it a nice element for addressing the envelope. So I'm going to set these aside. We're not going to need that here. These are actually the shapes that are on the envelopes. So one has this kind of hexagon rectangle shape. I don't know what to call that. You haven't opened your box yet. Wonderful. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm unboxing mine right now. We're going to make the cards and the kits. So glad to have you. And then we have this kind of arched looking piece, and then this oval shape. So we have the 3 different pieces. I'm going to get one of each of those out and put the rest aside. I'm going to get one of each of these card bases, and then we have the 3rd card base here. So a little bit different from this one. This one has white grid marks, whereas this one's got darker of the Melon Mambo grid marks. And this smaller, I don't know if you can see that very well, but so they are very similar but different in the end. So let me just set these aside, get that out of the way. Now we're going to get to some of the fun stuff. So we do have a lot of sentiment die cuts here. They do all look to be the same exact size. And it's very hard to see them. There's no foiling or anything like that, but they're all the kind of banner looking piece here, and they are about 2 3/8 in total width and about a 1/2 inch. Yeah, just shy of a 1/2 inch. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get 3 of those out. So assuming I will need one for each card that we make, and I'll set that aside. Now this is really fun. Do you see it has a little bit of a shine to it? This is a sticker and a sticker sheet, and there are little, I guess those are flowers in the yellow here, and then you have birthday, hooray, happy. So there's 3 words on here 3 times. And those are stickers, so we will be able to pull them off of there. I'm not going to do that at this point. I'm just going to set that aside. And then we have these gorgeous die cuts. Do you see them? They're gorgeous. That's a lot of sayings. I agree. So this is so beautiful. There's 3 sheets. I saw it go off this edge of my table. I already lost one down the back side of my table here. So I'm going to have to find that. But we're not going to worry about it right now. So I'm just going to keep one of these out because there does seem to be one for each. And so I'm just going to keep one out, thinking that it's going to cover the 3 cards we have to work on. And we're going to get our instructions and get started. All right, so we are going to start with the smaller of the pink grid lined piece. It's going to get this arch on it. I think I'm going to go ahead and do get all my pieces in the right place. So it looks like we're going to need this piece out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and just delicately, you want to be very careful with this. These are very delicate, these die cuts. If you kind of like swish things back and forth, isn't that gorgeous? So we have that. We are going to need this flower, it looks like. And we're going to need this flower, and looks like this flower, and this one, and I guess we're going to need this flower, and this one here, And it looks like this one and this one. And that looks like everything for that card. So I'm going to just set that aside for now. And then we're going to work on this card. And that one is going to have this shape on it. And now for this one, we are going to need these two pieces here. As you can tell, they are very delicate. If you just kind of swish them back and forth a little bit on here, you can kind of pop them out. Just kind of press forward there. There we go. So we have that piece. We don't need that one. So looks like we need this one and this one. And this here. And this one. So two more we need to have here. This little guy here, and looks like this one that wants to fall out. All right, so I think that's everything for that. It is a whole garden, and the flowers are gorgeous. They're very detailed, etched die cuts. They are just absolutely gorgeous. I am loving that. All right, so then our final card is this with this shape right here, and it, I'm guessing, is going to get the rest of these. We're going to find out. So we get this very fragile thing out of there. There we go. We do need that blue flower that popped out, and this one, as well as that one. And then we need this orange. I think maybe did I get too many? I did. I got too many of these up here. So looks like this one goes on here. And then we have 3 of these little pink flowers. And then I think that's all of the die cuts. Yep. That was a lot of floral die cuts, but they are absolutely stunning. All right, so I'm going to just set these over here off to the side and bring back our first one. Yeah, I did get the add-on dies, and I did some die cutting today. I had a little bit of fun. All right, so I have some extra stuff in here as well. So just trying to get myself ready for doing alternates. So this flower, look at how this leaf looks so similar. It's just a little bigger. It does also match the stamp right there. So also very similar. So I did do a bit of die cutting. You also have a piece that can layer on top of the flower. I wouldn't put those together. And then I have the word beautiful I die cut. So I did a bunch of die cutting earlier. So yeah, the flowers are so fun, and you can, repeat some stuff. Now this is July. This is the July, and now I'm realizing it because I did not think about this earlier, but I need to check. This may be the flowers for this one. I haven't even opened this. Oh my goodness. I bet they are because they look so much like it. So this is, I think, the July, August, September dies for the paper pumpkin. It's called Detailed Flora Dies. And you got this beautiful leaf, but you have these little tiny flowers here. There's like 4 of them and some petals. But I still say they look similar to that. So I think you have some things to have some options with if you have the die cuts from last month that you can bring in. So very, very fun. I'm going to be mixing and matching them, and you'll see on the very first alternate. So I'm going to have to do some die cutting with that so that we can. Yes, thank you, Wanda. So yeah, want to just confirm this is the next quarter dies. So Detailed Flora dies, and it's number 168664. If you haven't already gotten that for yourself, then you may want to go on out and get it. They do tend to sell out now. Most quarters they've been selling out, so you want to get it as soon as you can. So, and I sometimes get 2 because I don't want to die cut all those things like over and over and over. And having 2 is nice. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to need this little hash mark looking, it's not a hash mark, but it reminds me of hash marks. So we're going to need that stamp, and then we're going to need It's Your Day. So I'm going to get that out. Now, I think I have some single stamp blocks here. I love my ergonomic stamp blocks. If you don't have those, I recommend that for sure. And I'm just going to grab my other one here because I feel like I'm going to need some of these smaller blocks this month. Make it a lot easier. And they don't take up as much space on the table. So there we go. We have those. All right. So we also need, here is Hugs and Wishes. Looks like I got a little piece of paper on my stamp here. I don't know where that came from. Kind of a blue paper. Strange. All right, so we got Hugs and Wishes. And then the birthday word is going to come from our sticker sheet right here. And then that looks to be everything we're going to need for stamps right now. So I'm going to put that aside. Now, the first time I use photopolymer stamps, I do, yes, they never retire. You're right. That's awesome. All right. I do like to do my own little processes, and I just rub on the top of these with my finger. You can see a bit there how it makes the stamp cloudy compared to this end, how it's clear and it's cloudy. For whatever reason, when I do this, I do not have an issue with my ink attaching and stamping really well from the get-go. So this is just something that I like to do if you have trouble with your photopolymer stamps. If this is something you can try. Obviously no cost involved, which I also love, right? All right, I'm going to get my Stampin' Mat my piercing mat so that we can get a good good impression on the ink. And we are going to, oh, we need 2 of those. I did not pay attention to that. So we need 2 of these as well. So, so I did need 2 of those. We may need 2 on all of them. I don't know yet. All right, I have not opened my ink. So let's get that done here. And then we're going to be good to go. Okie doke. How is everybody? So Wanda, you did you already open your kit and start playing with it, or you have not? I know that let's see. I think it was Lisa. Yeah, Lisa had said she hadn't opened hers. They are gorgeous. All right, so we're going to stamp Hugs and Wishes. Also, look at that. I was just about to say, I feel like my ink pad is super juicy. It is super juicy. I wonder, oh wow, it's so juicy it went through. Well, I don't love it being all fat and juicy like that, but I think that'll be fine. Let's see if I can get some of that off of there right here. Okay. All right, so then we need to also stamp the let's see here. Oh, thanks. I know it works, right, Wanda? I love it. Awesome. All right, so now we do need to stamp on the inside of our card base. So the oh, you're so nice. Well, I hope you're stamping with me today. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fold this and get our score lines creased and burnished here. And we are going to be stamping right here on this card base. So I'm going to tap a little lighter with my ink so that we don't get as much on here and I get a real juicy feel for it. Oh, wait, that doesn't go on there. It goes on here. Slow down, June. Pay attention. All right. This is why I love to unbox for you. Still a bit juicy, but it's all right. Very nice, very clear. Because that way I make mistakes and you don't make mistakes. You let me do it first. All right, so this is that little hash mark stamp that I think is really cool. And so it has us doing this in here like that. And then we're going to do one up here like that. And then we're going to do a third one right here like that. Okay. And then our sentiment that we just stamped is going to go right there. And it's going to be our kick stop. So we will do that in just a moment. So this is going to get scored, folded in like that. All right, see, that's how it's going to go. And it'll be standing up. It'll be gorgeous. So let's just go ahead and begin to build our card out. Okay, so it does have us putting some tear and tape on here, which it's going to go onto our card base about right there. And so we only need tear and tape on this part of our piece right here. So let's go ahead and add that the thing I love about tear and tape is it is tape that you tear. All right, so I'm going to put some down there, and then you just tear that off like that, and then I'm going to put one right here. And tear that one off. So then I just set that aside. All right, I do like to press down on here, and then I like to get my Take Your Pick tool to help me get this cover off, all right, of that adhesive before we go ahead and put this down onto our card. So it is going to go down here like so, and it's got about 2 of these blocks, or 2 rows of boxes here, or check boxes here before you put it down. So I'm going to just set it right there. All right, so now you can see I don't have any adhesive back here, and so that's how whenever it stands up, it'll be like this. Okay, lovely. All right, so the next thing we want to do is go ahead and add, I think I would like to add the word birthday onto here. So I'm going to get that peeled off of here. And I'm just going to be a little careful with it because I don't want it to tear. Okay, looks like I got all the little pieces out of the holes, so that's good. And we are just trying to put it across here as best in the center as we can. Okay, so there is our birthday, and I'm just going over that. Maybe I'll just flip it over and kind of press right there. So that is our sticker that we added on. And now we're going to add our petals and the greenery and things like that. Okay, so let's see here. I'm keeping my gray mat only because all of this seems to like blend right into the grid paper when I flip it over, and I just think you can see it better when it's on this little mat. So I am keeping it for that reason. I don't need it for anything, but it is helpful. All right, so we are going to be using some glue dots on our row of stems and leaves. So I am going to put, if I turn it in the right direction, it would be better for everybody. All right, so I'm going to put one here. Now, these are little slits in the, there's like little slices in the leaves and the petals, so just be mindful of that. You can put the glue dot on top of that, and I don't think it will be felt on the other side when you stick it down, but just beware of that. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do the other adhesive we need. And because we are going to need to put some dimensionals on the back of several of these things. So I'm going to put 3 across here, and then 3 across here. Okay. And then it looks like almost all of these little flowers are going to get some kind of dimensional on them. I guess the centers are basically big enough for you to put the mini glue dot down without it showing on the front side. So I think that covers that. Get those out of the way. All right, so now we can build our card, and let's get it put together. So the first thing I want to do is take these little glue dot covers off of the glue dots and see if I can get rid of them as we go. I don't like all those little glue dot covers being everywhere. And I do love my take your pick tool for this. I normally like kind of stab it with the end, but this little die cut is so fragile, like I don't want to hurt it. So I am being extra careful with that. All right, so this is going to go all the way to the bottom of this white arched piece so that the stems are literally almost into the pink part of the card. Okay, and I'm just kind of pressing that down like that. So that's where you can see it's all the way to the bottom. Okay, now let's go ahead and add our hugs and wishes to the center of the card here. So this is going to go right here, and it kind of overlaps some of the birthday like that. Okay, so now the flowers go below here, and I don't know what colors I have here, so let's see. So it looks like this one goes first. Now that's what all those yellows are for. I thought they were flowers, but they're centers of the flowers. All these little yellow, they're centers that go on the flower. So like here, this one's going to get that on there. Do you see? So cute. I love it. All right. So now the next one. Oh, I missed one. Here we go. All right. So I think this was the next one. That's going here. And it is sort of going underneath that message there. And then we have the light pink one. It's going right here, like that. And then we have this pink one right here. And this is going to go like that. Then I think this one it's going to be down here a bit. Then we have this orange one, Timid Tiger, going there. And this last one is going on the end. And then we will put all the little centers on them like that. Isn't that precious? Oh my gosh, these are so adorable. All right, so let's just put on the little flower centers because they all get one. And see if I can try to do a good job and put them in the right spots on here. Let's see. That one. And then this one. Oh my gosh, that is so adorable. Oh, I love it. All right, so the last thing we need to do is add our little kick plate or kick stop or whatever you want to call it. Stopper. It goes right here in the center of our inside like that. Okay. And then it holds the card in place. And look at that, how it would look standing up. You have a place to write your message inside. What a cute card. Oh my gosh, that is so adorable. I love it. All right, so we need to scoot along on these, or we're not going to have time to do alternate, but I'll at least give you a sneak peek if we need to. All right, now we are on this card, and I'm going to dump all that out. This one gets folded down like this. So since the card base will not fit in the paper pumpkin box like this, they give it to us like that. But it's going to fold up like so. So we get that crease down. Nice. Good. All right. So we are going to have, we're still using It's Your Day, but now we need birthday wishes. So let's see here. I think this one will fit on here like that. So we need birthday wishes. We're going to need the Hooray this time. Oh no, that's a sticker. Oh wow. We got a nice Hooray stamp in addition to the sticker. But we're going to be using the sticker on this. So we need our hash marks, and we do need 2 of the banner label die cuts. All right. I think we're getting in a groove now. All right. So let me just get this taken care of right here before we do any stamping. We'll move this out of the way. Okay. And let's go ahead and stamp our birthday wishes onto one of these right here. Man, that is a juicy ink pad. All right, it's your day. Right here. Very good. All right, so we have those. And on the inside, again, we're doing the hash mark ink. Yeah, I am excited to work on the alternates because I would like to do different color ink on the inside of here, just because I think it would be fun to have a contrasting color, right? All right, so this is going to go there. I think I'm a little bit off one edge. Gee, leaning this way. All right, very cute. But before we get that put together, we're going to add our tear and tape to the bottom of here. So this is going on here. Looks to about right there. So this is the score line. So we need to be on this part of the front panel here. So let's get some tear and tape out. So put some right here, like so. And then right here. Hi, Leela. Thanks for joining. Glad you're here. Right, so we are unboxing today, and I might give you a little sneak peek of one of my alternates if we have time. We'll work on it, but I don't know that we will have time for that today. All right, so I think this is in the middle right here. Very good. Looks great. And it will stand up like that. Awesome. All right, so let's get some adhesive on the back of all of these. Gorgeous die cuts. That's already turned over. I'll get this flipped over. All right, so we are going to be using some of our glue dots, and I like to use my take your pick tool for this. So I have this one. It's gonna get one. Which direction am I going? So that's that one. So boop, boop, boop. So this leaf here, and then this one, and this one, and then this one. And then over here, we need one here, and here, and here, and here. All right, and then we need dimensionals. Oh. I don't think I need it. All those. Looks like some of these, it looks like they have 3 dimensionals on these flowers. I'm like, no way. No way, Jose. All right, so I don't know that I suppose you could put more on this one, but I'm not sure I need it. We'll do one. I'm not doing that on all of them. I'm a rebel. I'm not hoarding my dimensionals, I assure you. I just don't know that they need all that. I do tend to be cautious about my dimensionals only because I don't want to add a bunch of postage for mailing dimensionals, right? That's what I think. Okie doke. So let's get our card put together because we have all of our stamping done, right? So we have our front on. So now we need to, again, I like to just stab my glue dot covers with my take your pick tool, but these little die cuts are so fragile. I am being extra careful here. All right, let's go ahead and do this one while I'm here, because then that'll be done. Ay, ay, ay. Holy moly. I don't know if you're like me, but I don't like these little covers on the glue dots. Much rather get a glue dot off the roll than one of these. but I think it's great that you get all that in your kit. All right, so this one is going down here like so, and it like falls off the edge. Okay, like that. All right. And then this one is going up here like this. Again, it kind of hangs off just a tad. Like that. So that's your leafy layout. All right. So now let's add our Hooray to the card base. And I'm just being a little gentle with this, okay? Because I don't want to tear it, all right? So now this is going to go right in here like this. And it is going about where the score line is on the card. Oh, did you see I was stretching that? Didn't mean to do that. All right, there we go. Now, that's how it opens, all right? And it's going to be stopped right there. You'll have the ability to write your message on the inside. So I think that looks great. Now let's add our flowers. Or let's do our sentiment here. So it's your hooray, it's your day. So let's go ahead and just put that on before we get going here. So it is going a little bit up into the letters here. So like that. Straighten that out just a tad. There we go. Okay, now let's see what we got. So many pretty flowers. All right. So this one is going to a little bit come under this little message here. Like that. Like that. Okay. Then this goes on below it. And just a little bit goes on top of that with our little baby timid tiger flower snuggling right up next to this one like that. Okay, and then we have this one, which I put 3 dimensionals on. Oh my goodness. All right. This one is going to go right here. I think it was like this. Like that. And then this one's going to go on top a little bit of that one. Like so. Like that. And then this really sweet pink is going to snuggle right next to that one. So pretty. All right, let's put our little flower centers on. So I guess these 2 bigger flowers get a bigger center. maybe, oh no, the ones from the last card all had little tiny flowers. So that's that. And then you get a bigger one for this one. And a bigger one for that one. Right there. But I need two little baby ones right here. Oh, there's even tinier ones. I did not see that. That'll be good. All right, so that's our little flowers. Aren't they? These are gorgeous, y'all. I am not kidding. Absolutely stunning. So let's put our sentiment on the inside of here. Okay. And whoops, we don't want it to be upside down. That will go right here in the center like that. And then our card just stands up like that. Oh, these are so pretty, y'all. This will be fun to send, right? Hi, Lisa. This kit is really fun. I agree. Yes, open yours. If you haven't, open it, open it. Isn't it, Cheryl? The flowers are just so perfect. And those little centers, because it has that little shine on it, it's nice. Really, really pretty. All right, we got one more to do here. And so let's get that going. Let me see. I think I'm going to need another of the labels die cut here. And we will get this on the road. So we have another same style of easel card here. So that's what we got for this one. And it does look like we have similar kind of stamping going on. So I'm just going to scoot these things off to the side here. And I'm going to go ahead and do our hash marks on the inside. And I'm going to go ahead and do the center one first. Probably should have been doing that all along. And then adding this one. And this one there. All right, so we got that. And then we are going to have hugs and wishes and birthday wishes on this one. There's a lot of wishing going on this one. All right, so let's just do that. I think we're getting our ink pad unjuiced little by little. And so we got that done. All right. So now this one is going to be going right down here to that. So we're going to have tear and tape at the bottom of here. Like so. And then down here like that. All right, so we're done with the tear and tape for now. So there's that. I don't know what I would do without my Take Your Pick tool. I use it all the time. All right, you're making birthday cards for some of your friends at church. Oh, that's beautiful. How nice. I need to send out a few birthday cards myself. I did get a beautiful card in the mail this week from Miss Wanda. I'll have to post a picture of that. Thank you. You're so sweet to think of me. All right. So we need some adhesive on the back of these. Got a lot of flowers. Lots and lots of flowers. All right, and then we gotta have stuff here. Oh, thank you. All right, so let's get this on first. The glue dots. I don't like how that fits there. I'm going to fold my glue dot on my finger. These are not easy to fold. These kinds of glue. I could do it a lot easier with my roll, but there's not enough space here, and this is a wide open space. I don't want it to be sticking out of the stems there. So I wanted to adjust that. And then we're going to have one here. So I'm going to go ahead and get those off of there. Since I already have a glue dot exposed. And put that down onto our card base. Okay. Now this is going to be on the left side ish. And I'm going to tilt it just a tad. It isn't going off of the white center here, but it is off to the side. Now, before we put our word happy on there, I am going to go ahead and do the glue dots here. So we're going to add it to our sentiments. And then our little flowers. Oh my goodness. I just don't see a need to put all those on there, so I'm not. I tried it. I don't need it. Okay, so let me get that stamp out of the way. All right, and let's get the word happy over here off of our die sticker sheet. There we go. And this is just going to go like here. It's stuck down really good. Okay. So you got that. It's going to stand up. Oh, I might have made this really high, but that's all right. Could have put it that a little bit lower on there, but not to worry. All right. So our birthday wishes is going on the front of our card. Right here. Oops, not upside down. And it's going right here. Like that. Okay. All right, now let's see what we got. So I think this one is going on right here. Then this one is going on right up here, a little bit overlapping this one. So like, it looks like here. There we go. All right, then this one is going to be down a bit. And somewhat tucked in on that one, but up on the other. So right there. Then we have our orange flowers. So one's going to get tucked in right here, like that. And then this one, my goodness, really persistent. This one's going to get right in here like that. Okay. Then we have these little baby pink flowers. So one is going to go right down here, snuggled in. And then we have one going right up here like this. And one right next to it. Right like that. All right. So let's add these little deals. So I didn't see these little tiny ones on here. So let me get those off of here for the little baby flowers. There we go. Then we have the bigger ones for the big flowers. Trying to change the direction I place them, just in case you're wondering, just so that they don't all look like so formatted. Then we have these middle-sized ones for the orange flowers right here. There. And this one over here. Look at that. So pretty. All right. On the inside of here, we have our stopper. For the hugs and wishes right here. And so then that stands up like that. So beautiful. Love it. All right. We are like 3 minutes over the hour. And I'm trying to decide. I have most everything cut. So I may just go ahead and do my alternate that I had planned for today. If you are in a hurry, feel free to come back, but I think I want to go ahead and do it because it's really cute. All right. So if you were here at the beginning, you may have heard that I did not grab the right quarterly dies. So this is the quarterly die for this month, and I was using the one from last quarter when I did this, but here is my alternate I made. And you might be wondering, like, where is everything from the kit? So I did use the Hooray stamp, and I did use the leaves from the stamp set. And this pink sheet here is one of the card bases. And then I stamped some of the flowers on there. And then this is my boo-boo, is I use the petals from the last quarter kit. And anyway, I love it. I think it came out really precious. This is not my favorite yellow. Like, I don't lean towards it, but it just came together. It's so pretty. And then I used Melon Mambo ink in here and just did some flowers on the inside. But just really, really love how this came out. And I don't know if you can see it, but I added a little old olive trim on here as well. So I didn't have a chance to look to see if this trim is still available, but this is the trim I'm talking about, and it is called Specialty Rick Rack, and it is old olive. So we will be using a bit of that, but I have a different kind of combination I want to use for this alternate card now, but it's going to be basically the same. All right. So I did not score my card base. I have a card base of 4 1/4 11 inches, and I'm going to score it at 5 1/2 inches right here. Okay. So we have our card base. And then I am going to utilize this card base from the kit to cut a piece. And in this one, I'm cutting this gingham piece back here. And that piece measures 5 inches by 2 3/4. So 5 inches by 2 3/4 inch. And I'm going to cut that off of the back of this card. So I'm going to cut 5 inches off here. So I still have all this left that I can use for something else. And then I need a piece that's 2 3/4. And I like this with all the colors on it. So I'm going to use that side right here. And that's going to be that piece that's going to go onto our card base. Okay. And this is Hydrangea Hues card stock that I'm using. I do have a piece for the inside. It's 4 by 5 1/4. All right. Then I grabbed some DSP, and this is from the Bloom Boutique. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a little bit of the Timid Tiger in it. It has some of the Hydrangea Hues. It has a little bit of the blush color. This is what's on the back of it, but I think it's going to be so cute. And then I have a little bit of Timid Tiger piece here. This is 3/4 of an inch by, where is my notes? This is 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4. And then this piece is 4 inches by 1/2 inch. And again, it's that yellow, and I'm trying to think of the name of it. Darling Duckling. That's what it is. Now, I do not think that the yellow in this cardstock is Darling Duckling, but it was close enough that I think it's going to look so great. All right. So that is the pieces for our card. And then I have this I cut, and this is no longer available, this punch, but I think the new scallop dies probably will get you what you need to get a circle of scallops. And then this is just a 2-inch white circle that we're going to use to add a little element to the front of our card. So those are all the pieces for our alternate. All right, so we are going to get a piece of scrap white here, and I think I have one here big enough for the Hooray to be stamped. Yes, I do. Always keep your little scraps handy. All right, so we get our Hooray stamp out. And we're going to need also a couple of other stamps. So let me grab that. All right, so there's our Hooray. And then I'm going to use these little leaves. And I love that they gave us leaves that are doing two different things. Like we got more than one. I'm only going to use one for this. Does that fit on there? It does. Yay. So we're going to use that. Actually, I'm going to use both of them. I lied. I don't know what I want to do. All right. But because I had the wrong die cuts cut, I want to now use these stamps. So here we go. All right. There we have it. All right. Now I do have some centers here that I'm going to get out. But I decided not. We're going to use an embellishment instead. Oh, look, I just found my pink flower. I knew it had flipped off of my table. It was hiding underneath what I had here. All right, so we are going to get these lovelies out, and I'm going to use this for the centers of my flowers. These are the Pearls of Beauty. They are 167098, so we're going to use that. Yay. And that is going to be our card. So let's go ahead and do some of the stamping we need to do. And then we can fussy cut our Hooray out. So I have my Hydrangea Hues stamp pad. And where is... Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what I have done with my Timid Tiger stamp pad. So I literally have my marker here because I cannot find it. Actually, what am I saying? I have a Timid Tiger stamp right here. What a ding dong. Oh my goodness. All right. I am in love with these new stamp pads, but I haven't opened this one yet. So you're going to see it for yourself. This is the Hydrangea Hue. I love them. They're magnetic. They go together just like that. Look at, it's going to go right together like that. It's easy to open, all the things. So let's go ahead and do some stamping here. Now on my Hooray, I am going to use the Timid Tiger just to give a little bit more of a contrast on the front of our card. So let's do that. Did I grab the wrong one? Because I have two boxes going. Here we go. All right, here we go. With my juicy Timid Tiger stamp pad. All right, so we have to do a little bit of fussy cutting. I know that makes everybody so happy. But it won't take long. It'll be adorable. All right, so inside of here, we are going to use the Timid Tiger for this flower. And you can see that I do my little rubbing on that because it is not acting right. So now I'm going to see if I can make that work. Now I have an orange thumb. That's all right. Let's go ahead and do all of these while I'm here. Because I feel like I'm trying to hurry because we're past the hour, but oh well. You can always come back if you gotta go. So not gonna rush. All right, so I'm gonna have this and then I'm gonna do one off And then I'm going to use the hydrangea hue for this one. And I'm going to just do one here and then one off over there. And I'm going to do one more on here. There we go. And so that's what I'm going to have on this part of it. And then we're going to put Hugs and Wishes. I need to clean this because I do want to stamp in the hydrangea hue color. So we got that. Oh, this was got the juicy stamp pad. So I got Timid Tiger all in the crevices of the stamp. And I don't want it on my hydrangea hue ink pad, right? That would not be good. These are really beautiful flowers, and I agree with you. The dies, I wish I would have paid attention earlier, but we'll have those next week. I just think this is lovely. So that'll be the inside of our card. All right. Now we are going to do a little bit of stamping on here, and I have my Old Olive ink pad here. So we are going to grab, oh, where is it? Oh, we'll use this. I think I'm going to go off the edge, so I don't want to be doing that on my mat here. So I have my leaves. So we're going to put one here and see if we can get better ink. So I'm going to have one here. Then we'll have this one come back. And we'll have one there like that. All right, so that's all we need for the Old Olive. Then we have the Timid Tiger right here. So we're gonna do that here. And then, oh my goodness, I just did it. I just stuck that right in my blue. Boo. Oh, what I was trying not to do. And I did it anyhow. All right. Live and learn. Isn't the end of the world. All right. So now I'm going to put my other Timid Tiger flower there. And now this we are going to do in the blue. And that's going to go right here like that. And I'm going to do one stamped off there. And I think this is still good. So I'm going to do one there. Oh, that's going to be so cute. There's what we have going in the center of our little scallops. All right, let's close this up because I'm getting too excited over here. Get all these things out of the way. We need to fussy cut this out, okay? So let's just do this and pretend that I'm going super fast as I go along here, but I don't want to go so fast because I don't want to do it again. So I hope you like the projects in the kit, and hopefully you'll like this alternate. The one I shared, it will just be a different elements used, so different DSP, different card base color. So fun. And If you like what you see, I hope that you will subscribe or follow me. This is streaming to both Facebook and YouTube. And I'm looking forward to being back next Sunday with more alternates. And there you go. All right, so we made it. I wish I could get that out of there, which I could, but I'm not going to do it right now on this card. So we have our card base. Let's go ahead and crease our card base there. Looks like I'm good. Let's put this on the inside of our card base. Whoops, get the glue on the right side, June. I want to get the glue on the wrong side. We'll have to start over if we do that. Okie doke. Oh, so pretty. I love this. I love this. So happy with how these colors look together. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use this piece from the kit, and we're going to adhere that down. So to do alternates, you only need a few extra things like some card base, maybe some extra envelopes. You have these things around. I'm almost positive. Now this piece is going to go right on here, and isn't that the prettiest paper? I just think it's so pretty. I'm not a wallpaper person, but I think that would be really pretty wallpaper if I had to pick. All right, so this is going to go here like so. All right. And then we are going to go ahead and put this down across here like that. And it's going on with some glue. So right across there with just a little bit going over the edge on each side. Okay. Then I am going to bring in that old olive piece, and we're just going to put a little piece on here. I'm going to make it a little shorter than the other one. This does really fray, but let's see if we can get a cleaner cut than we had on that piece. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little piece here, not as much as the other one, and I'm going to use a bit of tear and tape. Where's my end? Here we go. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of tear and tape here to adhere that to. Is that long enough, or I need a little bit more? There we go. That should do it. All right, so let's just get this. See, I just need that take your pick tool to do this. I don't feel like I have very much fingernails at the moment. All right, so all I'm doing, I want that little scallop edge at the bottom of here. Oh my Lord, this little piece just wants to curl up. All right, so we're just gonna lay it on here like this. There we go. And all we're getting is that little bitty piece of old olive sticking out the other end, right? Just a little bit of like you could have done it across the whole thing. I just chose not to. I'm dimensionals now to put this on to the card. All right. And so fun. And so this is going to go on here like this. Again, just a little bit of overlap like that. So that's what you have there. It's just another little element that you have, which I think is fun. All right. Then we do have our Hooray that's going to go on here. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. And I do need to cut a few. Let's see if I can just cut across here like that. All right. So I got one for here. And here. There. And one more up here. There we go. So, and then we do need to put this together. So let's put that on here. I think I'm getting to the bottom of my glue here. Very fun. That looks so cute. And we're going to add this with some dimensionals. And this is just going to go right here. I'm kind of tucking it in almost because I want those stems to look like they're coming out of that. All right, do you see? So cute, right? It is a really easy design, very quick elements, but nice layers of things. And none of it would be like the way it is if we didn't have the adorable stamp set. All right, so we're going to say hooray right here. If I can decide where I want to go. There we go. There we go. Hooray. Now you can put Wink of Stella on here and all the things that you want, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to add these cute little pearl beauty things. See if I can use my tools and add these quickly. So we're going to add this really fun center to the flowers. Oh, we're going to make some of them bigger. And like that. And then that one. And that's our card. Do you see those fun centers? I love it. Very, very cute. And that's our inside. So very similar. They are basically the same. Here I just use die cuts, and here I stamp the flowers on. Was the piece from the card? Okay, the bigger piece from the kit, yes, 2 3/4 by 5 inches. That's correct. And then this piece over here was 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. And then you had a 3/4 inch by 3 3/4 inch, and then a 1/2 inch by 4 inches. And this is a 2-inch white circle, and then the scallop was a punch that I had, but the scallops die cuts I think is going to have one relatively the same size. I went to look, but I couldn't see all the dimensions of that. But so fun. I love how you can do the same design and things look totally different. So a lot of fun. This card did have different DSP on it. It had the DSP from the Everyday Essentials. That's where that Darling Duckling gingham came from. Okay. And then it had Melon Mambo and Timid Tiger card stock. as well. So very fun. Thank you for joining me today. Again, if you haven't already, please subscribe or follow me so you'll know when I am going live again in the future. But my plan right now is to be back next Sunday at 4 p.m. Central. Thank you, Cheryl. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today, and I will see you in a week. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.